Welcome to the Best Wedding App podcast.
Swipe to the left, swipe to the right. The best wedding app brings your dreams to life.
The Best Wedding App.
Hello, Esme.
Hey.
You're coming to me from where? My God, you're looking so
gosh.
fancy.
I tell you what a time to launch a business. I'm on holiday. I'm in Trinity Beach with my in-laws and my husband and my kids. And it's raining, been raining every day.
Great. And it just so happens our ever-evolving business that started as not so big, that turned into a big giant hill, launched right when your holiday was happening. But you as a trooper just went, yeah, so be it. I'll just go and we'll work it out.
We're working it out. But it's exciting. Oh my God, Charis, it's exciting.
It is exciting. So officially tomorrow is launch day. So I think we should lead in with our why, because people don't know you and some people know me, but other suppliers from around New Zealand and different parts of Australia have no idea who I am. So I'll lead in with a little bit of who I am and what my why was and what happened, and then you can fill in your bits of the story. So basically it all evolved around a few years ago. I met a client. We went out and had drinks. I am a celebrant based in Victoria. And one of my clients was telling me how frustrated they were with the whole wedding planning process and how other platforms were very frilly and how they just wanted something quick. Fast forward to me going out for dinner with you and our girlfriend Chelsea. And I said, hey girls, what about a wedding planning app that works like a dating app that's super affordable? What do you think? And you said, I'm in. And then,
I'm in.
And then we met for dinner and you created pie charts.
I did. You know what though? I couldn't let it go. Like we just said over dinner, I casually said, I'm in. And then I said, I'm in, but I don't want much to do with it, but I'm in. Let me help. And then I went away and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I did. I created a little proposal and I did charts and I couldn't let it go. So here we are.
Oh my God, we must forward those pie charts on one day to our Instagram so people can have a look. But look, we have had a long relationship as friends. So basically, you and my husband went to high school together, and you are also a singer. So
we have so much in common, which is crazy. I think that's the thing that I love and that freaks me out about us, because we just have so much in common. And I did go to high school with your beautiful husband, and I've known him since I was 12 or something. So he was the first person I met when I moved to Australia. So that was lovely when I moved back to Australia. And so I've known him for a long time. And he also set me up with my boyfriend, my high school sweetheart, when I was younger. And I think it was through that when you moved from Canada, we became close friends, because he's like, Rowan's got this girlfriend and she's a singer like you and she does gigs and you've got so much in common. So
she's got the same middle name as you too, which is
oh
just
my God,
so weird.
I know, same spelling.
I know, it's very odd. Tell us about your, oh my God, as you pull up a cocktail, how hilarious. I'm wearing two jumpers and you're drinking a cocktail. Tell us about your musical background.
So I am a singer, was a singer, and I did a music degree, performed at lots and lots of weddings in my 20s, which is kind of why I know the wedding industry and why I was really quick to jump on this with you, because I understand it and I know how hard it can be if you're a supplier to tap in and to advertise. It's really tricky. So when you were mentioning all of this to me, I'm like, this is awesome. This is a great idea. But post singing in my 20s, I had a baby, then I had another baby, and gigging was, tricky as a mum. So I started a music business called Bop Along Baby, which is music classes for kids under 5 and their families. So big family jam sessions. It's so great. Been doing it now for 13 years. So that's my background. And I still sing in bands and, do all the bits and pieces of performing here and there, which is wonderful. But that's where I come from. But running my own business for 13 years, I've got my head around that too. So I sort of feel like I came into this with Charis to just offer something, and you know, I felt like I could be an asset.
Definitely. Well, you are definitely an asset. We have very different strengths in very different areas. Talk us through some of the things on the app and the platform that you think are really unique to the Best Wedding app and that you think people are going to love.
Well, I think the thing, I mean, we probably both have things that matter to us differently, but the things that really grabbed me, I'm a little bit of a tomboy. So I wasn't really big on all of the fancy frilly stuff. So when you were like, we just need something that's super easy to use, you know, really inclusive of all types of people. And that felt really, really good for me. So this was an app that's super user friendly, sort of no fuss, really low fees, easy to use, hassle free. But the thing that matters to me the most, I think, would be the sustainability components, and the pre-love marketplace, you know, reducing, reusing, recycling, and also this neat little initiative that we have of donating profits from the pre-love marketplace and getting our couples to choose where those profits go. I think they're the really big sellers for me.
Definitely. And I mean, you know, when we talked through that initiative, my nephew at the time was going through cancer. And so I have a big pull to, you know, certain charities, like the Royal Children's Hospital Appeal. And we talked about how we could fit in, you know, different charities and what that would look like, which is awesome. So the couples basically choose which charity means the most to them. And then at the end of the year, we divvy up that money, and 25% of the profits of that pre-love marketplace go to a charity, which is incredible. For me,
so good. Well done, us. I just think it's the greatest thing, and I'm really proud of it. And I just think it's going to be great. You know, I think it's a really lovely way to give back, and it also gives our users and our couples a way to feel like they're giving back as well. It's, you know, that's their contribution. So it's an amazing initiative, and I really hope that people get behind it.
And I think during COVID, you know, I really struggled with the lack of a voice for the wedding industry. And I don't know, I was Cameron Bow's go-to for the news. And, you know, it really frustrated me that there wasn't a lot of people bringing attention to the fact that wedding vendors couldn't work and we were all forcibly shut down, yet other things could still happen. And, you know, it is frustrating for me that advertising is so unaffordable as a wedding supplier. So hence, you know, we really want this platform to be available to all and really affordable and not break.
Yep, it's the cost of a couple of coffees a week, people. It's not much.
No, I know, it really isn't. And that means that hopefully it's accessible to everybody, and it's a platform really that's created by the couple. You know, they look at, you know, the likes of who they, you know, what suppliers they think are going to fit them, and they create their own list, and that's going to be unique to every single client, which is incredible, because what might suit one is not going to suit another. And so, you know, there's something for everyone, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. And it's also, it tailors, it's tailored towards all budgets, all scale of wedding, so people can have their best wedding. That's why we've called it the Best Wedding app, because we want it to be each couple's best wedding ever. And so we want to be able to give people all of the options, not just the people that can afford to advertise on expensive platforms. And that's our point of difference, is that we're making it an even playing field for suppliers to put themselves out there. And then hopefully just organically like-minded couples will find those people based on A, their budget, B, their time, their location, and it will all fall into place. And we'll also weed out, you know, dead-end leads for suppliers and answering inquiries that go nowhere. Hopefully it just sort of hones in a little bit more and makes these inquiries to suppliers a bit more genuine.
I know the pre-loved marketplace is, you know, it's not unique to, you know, obviously there's Facebook marketplace, etc. But the thing that makes our marketplace different is that it's giving couples access to past couples, and so they know that it's, you know, genuine dresses, it's genuine rings, etc. What do you think about the pre-loved marketplace?
I think that at first I was really dubious about it because there's a fee to list on the pre-love marketplace. But what I've realized about doing that is you kind of weed out the rubbish. So people are genuinely saying, I really, had a wedding, I really love this stuff, and I'm going to pass it on to a good home. And hopefully you'll get really legit buyers because they're there specifically for weddings. So unlike any other marketplace where it's kind of just, bit of this, bit of that, it's a bit more tailored to weddings specifically. You can search by categories. And also it's just nice to think that someone can rehome their wedding items because they only ever get used once. So we're sort of doing our bit for the planet by encouraging reducing, reusing and recycling.
You're going to whack your pink dress on there?
Oh my gosh, you know what I did today? I did a post on Instagram about the app going, I'm so proud we're launching blah, blah, blah. And it's all pink. And originally I said to Charis, I hate pink. I don't want pink, not pink. And then I realized at my wedding, I was like, I hate pink. I don't want anything pink. But I ended up wearing this like champagne colored wedding dress, like a nude color. And then when the flash went off on the photographer's camera, it came up like this bright pink, but my dress looked pink in all of my wedding photos. And now our app is like, the branding is this nice little dusty pink. So
I think the universe is telling you, Erynn, that you do secretly deep down inside love pink.
I know. All my sunglasses are pink, so maybe there's more to
Maybe
it.
you do. Look, I know that the budget planner for you was very specific. You had really specific things that you wanted Sal, our app developer, to include. And I think it's really great that people can pick different suppliers. Can you talk people through how that works?
Yes, because I think the hard thing about gathering lots of different quotes and then trying to find the right fit, people go, well, I've only got this budget, so I'm only going to allocate $1,000 towards a celebrant. But if you then put that in and there's a celebrant that's like $1,300-$1,400, but they're amazing, sometimes people can get fixed. So what we've created is a calculator so that you can pop in all of the suppliers that you've saved, and then you can create what's called top picks. And so you can go, oh, I'm going to put this celebrant as my top pick. I'm going to put this cake as my top pick. And then it goes and it calculates all of the different supplier scenarios. And then if you sort of go over budget, you go, where can I change? I'm looking at a cake that's $800. Maybe I'll look at one that's $400. And then you'll adjust your calculator, you'll change the supplier, and it spits out a new figure, and it tries to keep you under budget. So it just means that you don't have to compromise on the suppliers that you really, really love, and you might need to just do some tweaking elsewhere. So it's a really cool feature of the app.
We have another feature on the app, which is our supplier pinning feature, which I'll just quickly touch on because I think this is a big one for certain vendors, but not everybody. So it's not going to work for a photographer if you work as a solo photographer, but if you have a team of people, it might suit you. But basically, as a supplier, I can pin myself to a location. So if I'm in the Stones of the Yarra Valley doing a wedding from 10 to 12 on Saturday, the 5th of March, I can pin myself there for that time. And then a couple can find me, and because of their date, time, and specification, will be matched together, which means that I can do more weddings in a given location because of this pinning feature. So I might then be able to do a wedding from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock and one from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, which is such a rarity for a supplier. I mean, generally as a celebrant, if you can do 2 in one day, that's amazing, but it doesn't happen very often. So this is a great draw card for people like celebrants or florists that want to be in a certain area. I think it's just incredible.
It just enhances your chances of picking up multiple bookings in the same area. Because I know with you, like on weekends, you're like, oh, I'm driving out to the Yarra Valley, and then I'm driving to the Mornington Peninsula, and then I'm going here and there, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So if you can pin yourself to a location, then suppliers can, and they really want you as their celebrant, they can look at where you're going to be and go, hey, she's going to be in the Yarra Valley on that day. We want to get married in the Yarra Valley. Maybe we make this work. It's pretty cool.
Totally.
I don't think anyone else does that.
No. Nope.
No.
I don't think so either. What kind of customer do you think is going to use the Best Wedding app? What kind of couple do you think it's going to work for? They're going to love it. I
hope it's busy couple. Well, I think it's going to be busy couples. I think that's the way we're marketing it. You know, it's a hassle-free, modern, fun, easy to use app. Kind of get the job done, find the people. Let's just tick off our list and get through this and do it really well and have options. But people that don't want to make it hard for themselves, busy couples, I think they're the people that are going to really thrive on our app. But hopefully, ultimately, I hope it becomes an app that's a bit of a go-to for everybody, because there'll be so many suppliers on board that there's so many options and it's so easy to use.
Totally. And it is a no frills, you know, it's not fluffy. We're not creating visuals of, you know, do you want your wedding to feel like it's boho or it's chic or it's traditional? It is literally, you're logging in and you're seeing 40 categories and you're going for it. And I mean, it's also interactive, you know, you can do this with your partner sitting on the couch and swipe your way to wedded bliss. How fun is that?
I think that's another thing as well. I mean, even you and I, like, we weren't around in the swiping era of dating, right? So even sometimes when we started, we're like, wow, that's a lot to just swipe right on someone or swipe left. But I think that's a really interesting point. I think young couples are going to be all over it. They're going to be like, easy, done this before, we know how it works. But maybe older couples might be like, oh, hang on a second, not sure how this goes. It won't take long though. It's pretty easy to do.
Yes, exactly. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself. Apart from your wedding business that's happening tomorrow and your bop along baby, who is Erynn?
Well, I think oh my God.
Who is Erynn?
Who is Erynn? I think oh God, how do you talk about yourself, Charis? I don't know.
Oh, I can sum it up for you if you want.
Go on. Well, maybe you tell me what you think of me. I'd love to hear it.
Okay. Well, let me do that. That's yeah. So Erynn is a beautiful person inside and out. She is a fastidiously loving mother and wife. She's a great multitasker. She's actually a bit of a marketing guru, which, I mean, who knew? Who knew all the things we could do?
Who knew, hey?
She's very type A, like me, and she's a really hard worker, which is a great business partner. We just have such different skills in such different areas. You're also a total nerd.
I am. I really am.
Guru. I'm like, I have no idea. I just go bye, and you go, I got it. It's okay.
I got it. I think that's what we do well though, mate. Like we both are type A, and I think that can be an issue for us sometimes because we're both quite set in how we see things and the vision that we have. And I think that's the hardest part of our relationship working, is that we can both be like, no, I want it this way. You're like, no, I want it this way. And we find it really hard to come into the middle sometimes. So, but putting that aside, like, we have sort of found our strengths, I think, which is awesome. And I think that the things that we've realized that we're good at are different. So that's why we work well, because you trust me, I trust you, and I can get on with what, like the marketing stuff or whatever it is, or the really nerdy components that you're like, this is doing my head in and it's so boring. And I'll sit there for hours happily going through spreadsheets and creating pie charts.
Oh yes,
proposals. I love it so much. Who knew?
You're also
how does that happen?
Well, you're also a really great listener, and you're very great at dishing out advice. You're kind of like my quasi psychologist, which I think you've actually developed this skill over the years, where you really are amazing at breaking things down and going, oh, well, what about this? So what about this? And you're also a crazy dog lover, which you didn't know, but I knew deep down inside you were.
You're so funny. That's really, you're saying really nice things about me right now. Thank you so much. That's just such a lovely thing to hear. And the dog thing, it's just my dog, Charis. No one else's. Just love my dog. Never had a dog before.
We better back up that story that poor Erynn got attacked by a dog. But then her kids really wanted a dog. And you know what? She put her fears aside and opened her heart to a dog. Pretty incredible. Dog
that weighs 3 kilos. But yes, it's not as terrifying as the pit bull.
Well, you did have to have surgery from this dog attack, so it wasn't small. But no, you're also an incredible mum, and you're incredibly patient. So that's you in a nutshell. And you're a bloody great singer. Maybe you'll do a few wedding gigs too.
Well, I think that, so my band is like So just to preface this, I'm in a band, but it's the primary school parent band of my son George's grade 1 class. We were all like, hey, you're a has-been muso from the 90s and you're a has-been muso from the 90s. And then we realized there were like 6 of us that were like, you know, has-been musos from back in the day. So we were like, this is too good an opportunity. So we've started a band.
And you just won, what did you just win?
We just won the Parents Battle of the Bands
For the North Side.
For the north side of
Ooh,
Melbourne.
yeah.
It's amazing. So, but we might just put our band on the app. If you're into a bit of like nuanced 90s Australian music, then we are your go-to band. We're called Double Denim.
I love it. What do you sing?
So
are you like the Madonna?
Oh, no. Full, I think the thing that's really good about our band is that we don't take ourselves seriously. And Steve, Stepas, the other singer, and I like kind of we laugh at ourselves a little bit, yet we kind of sing like bogan Aussie classics from the 90s, like In Excess and John Farnham and those sorts of bands.
Oh, nice.
And people expect that we might be a bit bogan, but then I think we're a little bit effeminate in the way we present ourselves. And so people get a bit of a shock when they see us, because like we just, it's just joy, Charis. That's what it is. It's pure joy. I love it so much. They're like, it's the outlet I never knew I needed. So it's
You're
wonderful.
so good at having doing the things that you need to do and giving yourself time and the space to do them.
Yes, and perhaps you're not, sister. That's one thing I could say to you. You need to prioritize your joy, love. You really do.
Well, I am. I'm running and I'm going to start dancing and watch this space. People, watch this space. I'm like the daggiest dancer ever, but there's this really weird dance studio at the end of my street. And every time I walk past in the evenings, I'm like, ooh, I really think I'd like to do that. So I might just do that.
Totally do that. That sounds like so much fun. I'd love to do something like that. But we see each other enough. Maybe you need to find another friend to do that with.
Now, tomorrow we are launching. So tomorrow we are officially open for pre-launch. So let me preface this so everyone knows exactly what that means. So the website is open for pre-launch because we need to fill our app with beautiful content before we can launch to couples. If we launch to couples with only a few people in a few categories, that's not great. So there will be a bit of a lag time between couples signing up and then us going live, suppliers signing up and us going live to couples. But your registration date will be recalibrated to be the app launch date. So if you sign up now and you pay your money now, then we'll recalibrate your date to be whatever the app launch date is a year later, etc. So there's a couple of things you have to do when you create a listing. So just bear these things in mind. So basically you go to the website to create your listing. And then once you've got your verification that everything is, your email address has been verified, you then log into the supplier login at the top. You set up your.
And can you just preface this with saying that you need to do this on a desktop, friends, because it's a better experience to input all of your details using a desktop. So we've switched off the mobile version for now, and it's just a desktop for now.
Yes, well, it is a web-based app. So in order for the information to be carried over from to work on the app and the website, basically our advice from our app developer was create your listings on a desktop, and then you use the app to communicate with your couples and also to block out your calendar. So when that app goes live, we will obviously let everybody know, and obviously all of your dates will be recalibrated. So you're not paying for an amount of time when nothing's happening. I think that's really important for people to know. So where can people find us?
Well, if you want to sign up, you need to go to our website, which is thebestweddingapp.com, and you'll see it. For the time being, we've just got a pre-registration page, and you can just list your business and then follow all of the prompts. It's really easy. Once you've verified your email and then you jump back into the website, away you go. You can add a listing, and from there you'll just be prompted every step of the way with, all of the details. What's your business name? What category are you under? Tell us a little bit about yourself. You can even embed your videos, YouTube or Vimeo videos, so people can see you in action. You can also link to your Google reviews so that couples can see your Google reviews.
Only if you have a business address registered. So that's really important for people to know. If you don't have a business address registered for your Google reviews, that you won't be able to find yourself. And also, if you want to set up a secondary listing, it's only $7 a week. So we've reduced that price for people. Tell us about the Sustainable Supplier Badge.
Don't forget about the Sustainable Supplier Badge, because it's amazing. You'll be asked when you set up a profile if you're a sustainable supplier. You can see what constitutes a sustainable supplier in our terms and conditions. Once you tick that box, you'll get a green badge on your profile, and couples that want a big wedding on a tiny footprint can set their filters to find vendors with sustainability badges, and they can do that per category as well. So if people want a sustainable wedding, for the most part, then they can. It's not just a sustainable wedding platform, but it gives people the option to go down that path and try their best. We're just trying to really celebrate that moving forward.
Definitely, we're all about the planet. For sure. Well, Erynn, it's been awesome. Can't wait to launch this bad boy tomorrow. And
I'm freaking out a bit though, man. I'm freaking out. It's just all finally here.
Well, it's a bit surreal, really. Our poor app developers, we have never-ending ideas. And anyway,
oh my God, those poor guys. We keep, we love them. We love them.
They've been incredible, and they've said yes to a lot. And, I guess that's important for people to know too. It's an ever-evolving beta app. So it is our first app, and we are going to be updating and changing things as we go. So if you do have feedback, let us know. Email us, and it's good for us to read what people have thought and to develop those ideas. Well, thanks so much for your time. Enjoy your holiday.
I will. We're about to go out for dinner, and the rain has stopped, which is so nice. So
well, you enjoy your 28 degrees, and I'll freeze in my 2 jumpers.
All right. Well, I'll see you when I get home. But thank you for listening, everybody.
Yes.
And we'll see you on the swiping field.